Checks complete. We're ready.
The 1991 McLaren MP4-6. What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we are back for another round of the MRL F1 Classics League. We're here for round 6 at the Chinese Grand Prix. Here's a reminder of the championship standings if you haven't caught up with the series so far. Currently in P13 at the moment. Greek Master obviously took the championship lead last time out at Canada. Fens obviously DNF'd out of that race, even though it does say he finished up in P10. He obviously did DNF, but yeah, probably give a little bit of a spoiler alert there a little bit, so apologies. But if you haven't seen the last video at the Canadian Grand Prix, go check that out, and also go check out the other races that we've had so far from the other 4 rounds, which we've had, I think, for the Ferrari at Singapore, the 2002 Ferrari at Singapore. There's a 1972 Lotus at Russia. There was, what else have I forgotten? Probably. Yeah, anyway, just go check them out. You'll see anyway. But yeah, like I mentioned, here at China for round 6, they're doing another 25% race around here, because if we did a 50% race, it'd probably take ages, especially in these cars. But 1991 McLaren MP4-6 obviously debuted in 1991. It is the first McLaren to be powered by a Honda V12 engine, and also to be raced with a manual H-pattern gearbox. That's probably the rarity you'll ever hear me say that an actual Honda engine actually worked in this car. But yeah, actually get back to that in a second as I crash out. And actually, I think fans actually crashed off as well, a bit further up the road as well. It's, I guarantee I was not put off by that one, but yeah, this car will actually, when I look back at the history of it, go down as the last car to win a World Championship, World Drivers' Championship I should say, using a manual transmission or a V12 engine. This is a very interesting stat, I must say, but yeah, as we come back into the pit lane, I will get on to who drove that car and what was the stats anyway. But he's on board now with Fenn, so he ran very wide coming out of the hairpin there and lost the back end a little bit. But didn't get any damage, and you'll see my laggy car off to the side there. I was lagging a little bit for some of these guys as well, which wasn't ideal, but on board. Sato again, keep it off the wall, good work. And now he's going to have to wait a little bit to find a bit of room, and actually has to get onto the gravel and actually let someone else go through there. Couldn't tell who it was, but like I said, many of these cars you get on the power too early and you can easily spin the car up big time. But yeah, back to the history. So the car was driven by the late great Ayrton Senna and Gerhard. Well, he's still alive. And let me start that one again. Driven by the late Ayrton Senna and Gerhard Berger. Now, obviously, these guys, this car raced in 18 races, had 8 wins, 10 pole positions, Drivers' Championship with Ayrton, and the Constructors' Champions as well. Now, between those two, Ayrton probably had the wool over the head with, I think that's the saying, I'm not really too sure, but over Gerhard, because when I also read back in the history, Gerhard didn't really get on well with the car. It probably had something to do with, it was either the engine or the suspension, which Ayrton really warmed to. So in the end, Ayrton had 7 wins, 12 podiums, and 8 pole positions, and obviously ended up the Drivers' Champion as well. Gerhard only had 1 win, got 2 poles as well, and 6 podiums, which, yeah, I mean, it wasn't really too bad, but anyway. It's, yeah, I apologise if I get that mixed up. That, yeah, we do miss the late great Ayrton Senna, of course, but yeah, still can confirm Gerhard Berger is still alive and well. I think he was headed up the Toro Rosso or something back in the day, but well, not but owned part of the team anyway. But anyways, currently at the moment we're P6 with about 2.25 minutes left to go here at the moment. So. Was a few things that were happening at the moment, so nearly actually lose the rear end. Actually, this is going to be, we're going to stay on board for the fastest lap here. Did set a 1:45.182, which did put me at P5, but we are P6 at the moment. I think we do drop down a little bit, but anyway, going straight down flat out into turn 1. gaining time already. I ran wide a couple of times during the first couple of runs, which wasn't ideal, but excuse me. Have a much better run there through turns 1, 2, and through 3 and 4. Got to avoid the wheel spin coming out of 4 here. Not run it too much on the curb because it does affect you a lot. Now through into turn 6. Probably could have gone in a little bit later. I turned in a lot early, I must say.
30 seconds left in the
Especially with this car, you have to get it in very early. Oh, that might have been my driving style anyway. But we're not really gaining a lot through these first couple of sectors here. It's mainly the last couple, I think, where I gained time, or even the last one from memory. But now through turns 9 and 10, I ran a little bit wide as well through here. It's probably where I gained my time a little bit. There's actually a few guys obviously retiring from the rest of qualifying, but we are up a bit more this time around. I can't remember off the top of my head how much we're up at this point in time, but you'll be able to see it on the screen anyway. So nice run out of there, turn long right-hander at turn 13. Now just pretty much relax down this back straight here. Don't have DRS obviously because that would be stupid in these cars, but well, probably not stupid, but anyway, going down into the hairpin. Very deep braking point there, and using second gear because I didn't feel comfortable in first gear, and actually have a much better run through here. Now sizing up the final corner. We're down in P7 at the moment, run a little bit wide. Somehow getting away with getting no corner cut there, but across the line, and we actually jump up into P2 with that lap time, which does help a lot. There's actually Cosmic Robbie way off the road there, and I think that actually put pay to his lap time there, but get a nice little bit of XP there as always, nearly up to level 16 there, I think, or rank 16 in memory. But in the end, Dill does get pole with a 1:44.312. Sorry, no, that was my lap time. A 1:43.814 to give him pole position. As you can see there, Fans in third, Cosmic Robbie, Benny, Conrad, Palms, and Sato. Didn't have really a lot turn up this week in time because we do hold these during a midweek anyway, but this is actually the first start of this race. 5 red lights. And we're away, so we did have to actually restart because a couple of guys came in a bit late. And this is what some of the guys missed off the first jump anyway. So going side by side with Dill there. Chimchar's already out already, so it didn't take long because I think when the other two guys joined, they were put into the 1988 McLaren, which we've already done. Which probably wasn't ideal. I mean, I don't know whether they were similar cars, but probably wasn't ideal. We usually give everybody the same equipment. So now as we go into turn 6, this is probably where I decided to quit at this point, and that's why, because Benny went in way too deep there and gave me front wing damage. But there's a few other point of views as well. So this is what happened with Fens. Actually, he bottles it on the front. Off the line there, and Chimchar just slams straight into him, and that explains why he's out of the race. But this is on board with Benny. So you see there, I am lagging a little bit still, Lane, and we're still having dramas at this point. But they have a great run. As actually Cosmic Robbie has actually spun as well. So he actually gets a tag there. There's Benny, so he was a bit out of control there. I think that possibly was Conrad, but I think in the end he was going to give me the spot back. I'm not sure what he actually had the spot back, but at this point, everybody decided to take each other out. It was Conrad and Bombs. Not quite get away with it, did Benny, unfortunately. So that was the first restart anyway. But anyway, proper restart. This was the proper race anyway, so no stop again. Fill it up on fuel because you need it for the long straights anyway. Penske and Chimchar, I think, were the late ones, so they're now in the right car. So we're all set for round 6 here at China. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Shanghai, and it's a fairly decent-ish start. But then we just sort of bogged down a lot going into 3rd and 4th gear and actually lose a couple of spots. That's Cosmic Robbie going through, Fens going through, so I think the previous restart, or the first start, was actually a lot better than the second start. So now trying to go around the outside like I did. Get a little touch there. I think that was from Benny. So we're still at it again, even into the proper race. So now coming into turn 6, there's Conrad. Having a little bit of a look up the inside. There is a little bit of lag. I think that possibly was on my end, not his end, but yeah, surprisingly we all got through a bit more cleanly compared to the first start anyway, but yeah, you'll be able to see now we're going through into turn the left-hander. Someone's gone very wide. It's actually Cosmic Robbie, and Fens takes full advantage of that, and getting a little bit sideways himself off for turn 10. Now he's under attack here. Benny's going for a big lunge up the inside. There is contact between these two. Does allow me to do slide my way through turn 11 and 12 there. And these two going side by side here. Conrod trying to go around the outside, which hasn't really worked out because he's now under attack from Sato.
Okay, now stay alert for threats
Now
around you.
Cosmic Robbie gets back ahead of Benny, but I don't think it'll be for too long. And now we're nearly going to go 3 wide down the back straight here. I decided to back out of it because learning from AOR, it can end badly pretty much. So stick around the outside here. Benny does get the move done on Cosmic Robbie. They get a lot of wheel spin off the corner, and well,
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
yeah, that's pretty much the summary of my MRL
Copy.
Classics League career so far. Absolutely bottling it when I had a good
Front wing
opportunity
damage.
to get.
Recommend you box
As
for
I
a new
nearly,
one.
I don't know exactly how I didn't crash out from that anyway, but yeah, you would have seen from qualifying, I think we were like the furthest pit garage. Now we're the front garage in this one. So get the front wing changed, put on another set of tyres. Pretty quiet really, so we're going to pretty much come out in P10 anyway. So
Complete, go now.
this is pretty much going to hope we're still going to score points. That's the main thing if we don't DNF out of this race. But yeah, maybe hopefully a few guys can crash out and might be able to gain a few spots as well. But there's actually a bit of a yellow flag there. I think that is actually Chimchar. And then there was a bit more yellow flag action between turns 10 and 11. And I think once you see the footage, because I was in the party chat with these two guys, once you see the footage from what occurred, you'll understand why one of them was absolutely furious at anyway. So yeah, now we're just pretty much here on our own here and doing a little bit of sliding as well, which doesn't really help my cause there, but anyway, cut on to lap 3. We actually do make a spot here because Chimchar's actually coming from pits, so I wouldn't be surprised if actually he's got damage. I would assume it would be front wing damage anyway, so and going by that, that's actually him spun again. So not been a great day for Chimchar. He's had not much success in this league either, so him and I pretty much see eye to eye really with not having great races. So that's Sato going very wide. Replay off the start, so he loses the spot to Penske there. I think that was a bit of a wrong word to say, to see eye to eye. That was probably a different term there. Pretty much in the same boat with bottling it anyway. But yeah, Sato gets the spot back on Penske, and you see all this drama going on. Head going 3 wide, actually right on the rev limiter because this car only had 6 gears. So you see how wide I was going, and this nearly caused Sato to join me in my crash. So that was a bit of a close call there for him, but thankfully he stayed well away from it. It's very wide there coming out of the final corner there. Again, we are still on regular corner cutting, I think, and compared to if it was a strict corner cutting, there probably would have been a warning. But anyway, there's Penske. Just jump off the line there, going very deep around the outside into turn 1 there, and into turns 2. Sato managed just to hang on for now. And now I think he goes down the inside here. Probably can't get Conrod at this point. There's a little bit of banging there between, that's me and Benny. That would explain a lot, yeah. There's Sato going very wide there, got into the gravel, and what happens here? Because Penske, okay, so he just holds up a little bit. Sato goes for a big dive up the inside again, makes it work. So there's someone else going very wide. I think that possibly was Poms from memory. Yeah, I could be completely wrong there anyway, but now look at this. Penske go for a big late dive bomb on the inside of Conrod. He actually gets a spot. Nice bit of braking performance in this car, but Conrod trying to come back here, but I think he's going to have to yield, and he does. So that puts Penske up in the P6 from memory. So is on board with Sato. That's Cosmic Robbie going very wide at turn 6. That's an easy spot there for Sato. So that puts him up in the P4. But yeah, this is the lap where we pretty much want to see. This is Sato going very deep there. I think Cosmic Robbie going a bit wide there, gets on the curb a little bit.
Okay,
Gets on the
clear.
curb, does Sato, and takes Cosmic Robbie with him there. So I think at the time Sato was pretty pissed off at Cosmic Robbie, but yeah, I don't know. I think the curb may have started it, but then once the contact was made, it pretty much finished him off anyway. So yeah, Sato is pretty much similar to myself and Chimchar. We're not having the great runs in MRL, unfortunately. So this is what it looked like, I think, from the rear view. Oh, this is on board with Penske, I should say. So he gets on the curb, and then
Okay, clear.
pretty much the rest is history. So Penske says thank you very much and takes a couple of spots there. So nice bit of work from Penske. We've stayed out of drama, thankfully, the last couple of, well, this round, the last round and this round especially, that now is under attack from Conrad. Considering, I think it was Russia and, what was it, Japan, where he had DNFs. As he holds off Conrad. Conrad going very wide there, actually. I think Poms is going to get the spot here, so they'll put him up into P4 and Poms into P5. But those Poms have a bit of a look here. He's got plenty of speed in this car. Trying everything he can. We're going to have to go around the outside because Penske's a hard racer. Don't you worry, but Poms goes right around the outside. Can he hold it? He's trying. He's absolutely trying, but Penske cuts across there and just manages to hang on for now. But the next passing spot will probably be turn 6 unless he gets a good run here. Not quite at the moment. Now coming into turn 6. Poms has a look up the inside. Penske leaves room. There's a little bit of contact between these two, but I think it's fair racing. Now he's got Conrad right behind him. He just hangs on. We're going around the outside. Probably not ideal for Conrad, but there's a little look on Poms. Inside move on there, but probably can't get it done because he'll be on the wrong side anyway. But and Poms manages to hang on for now, so
0.8
drops him a little
seconds.
bit there. But lap 4 we go. As now Sato's actually out of the Grand Prix. So like I said, he's been not having the greatest of runs in MRL. And that's continued, unfortunately. So we are down to 9 runners for this Chinese Grand Prix. You'll be able to see here off to the
Yellow
left.
flags.
There he is on screen. That would explain a lot. So I wonder what's actually happened here. Let's have a look. Oh, it's the curb again. Slammed him into the wall.
Are you okay?
Nothing
That
really
was a
he
big
could do
one.
about it.
Confirm you're okay, please.
I did say these curves are deadly in this game, and I wasn't wrong. So, again, real unfortunate for Sato there, but back we go. This is Penske on board. I think Conrad and Poms are having a little bit of a battle behind. They're still going right behind, excuse me, as he's still going side by side down the front straight here. I think it's actually Poms. No, sorry, it's Cosmic Robbie who actually gets spun around by Conrad. And I'll take that back. It was actually Cosmic Robbie. Well, my apologies there, but Poms has actually been further up the road, so my bad. But yeah, I think Cosmic Robbie trying to make his way back through the field. Unfortunately, it's tangled up in a little bit more drama there and going very deep on lap 6. I'm pretty much here on my own at the moment, so there probably won't be not much footage from my point of view. Probably be a lot from many others, but anyway. I'll tell you, the last time we were in this car was actually for a social race. I think it was around Mexico. I think it was in the previous game as well in F1 2017 before this league started. So yeah, I think we were around Mexico doing it for a 25% race, and actually got on quite well with this car, considering I was running, I think, a fairly lowish
Just
setup
managed to gap to the car behind. I think he's
for
got
all
it
that
timed
for
now.
Mexico. Having a great battle all around with Neon Trinome. I think in the end Neon came out on top ahead of myself. So yeah, thought I'd get on all right with this car, but at the moment it's not really working too well. Coming out of turn 13 there, there's a little bit of a scraping moment there, which felt a bit weird. I don't know what it's scraping on, whether the car was just too low for it. But you see I'm pretty much doing wheelies at the moment because, yeah, the wheel spin is so much in this game especially. But back we go, Penske. I think this is, what are we on to, lap 9? Got Conrad hounding him all over the rear end here. Probably covers the inside line here. Oh, he gets a touch there. I'll get my words out in a minute. From Conrad. Conrad gets the move. Penske's going to have to recover all this.
Okay, keep on him. He might make a mistake.
And, yeah, Conrad gets the spot back. I would have thought that Conrad would have given the spot back, actually. But this on board with Conrad. This is actually from Sato's perspective, so thank you to Sato for his footage. So I don't know, it's a tricky one. Well, Penske has the right to block, to cover. That was fair blocking for, but yeah, it was all very weird. Actually, Benny tries to go around the outside, doesn't really work out. So gonna go all back to work again. There's lap 10. I think that's actually, you probably saw that's Chimchar off to the right again. So he's pretty much not having the greatest of days, and he's now a lap down. So I'm pretty much there on my own there, and I don't think I'm gonna make up many spots anyway. But now Penske battling away with Benny F1 here up the inside with the Kiwi. There's contact between the both of them. I think Cosmic Robbie got caught up in that as well. This is real unfortunate because he was coming back through the field pretty well here. So yeah. Lap 11, you probably will see the yellow flag there at the pit lane. I'm guessing it was for Chimchar, but proved me wrong. But yeah, we're a fair margin ahead of Chimchar anyway, so we're not going to lose a spot anyway. But yeah, you see how far ahead Benny is actually up the road. And I'm not sure whether that was him that actually had a little moment there with the yellow flag was brought out, but running a little bit wide coming out of the long right-hander turn 13. But now to turn 1, running too deep there. Was trying to push this car, maybe try and get fastest lap of the race, but in the end, I don't think it really eventuated. But at least I gave it a go anyway. So now cut a bit further on. There's yellow flags down just past the hairpin there. I think we'll see in a moment what actually has caused that. I pretty much just, I plucked it up in the 5th gear. I was using my H pattern on the steering wheel for this one, so I pretty much plucked up in the 5th gear so I wouldn't lose the back end. But that actual spinner was Poms to the wind, as you can see. So he had to build up a fair margin over Penske, but now that's pretty much gone because now Penske's within touching distance pretty much. At now lap 13 we go. We get a nice little rear end there. I'm pretty much only doing burnouts at this point. If you're a supercars fan and you followed the Townsville round, you probably would have seen Richie Stanaway probably did something similar to that sort of thing when he was furious about, I think it was tyres anyway. So you'll see off to the left here that Chimchar's pretty much doing burnouts at this point, even though he hasn't even won the race. He's won the race for last place anyway, so well done to him. But there is more yellow flags a bit further up on the final corner. There was a bit of toing and froing, I think, on the graphic on the top left there. We're going to see why, because, like I said, pretty much nothing happened for me, except what you'll see later on. But Poms didn't get the greatest of runs coming out of 13 there. Ran over the curb a little bit, which didn't help his run. So trying to get the slipstream here. There's Poms. Fans is pretty much dominating at this point in time. So you can hear revving the engine limiter out of this thing. Down into the hairpin. Thinks about a crisscross. Does it well. Does Penske. Gets a nice drive out of there and actually gets the spot for P4. They're into the final corner. But there's contact between these two and they're taking each other out. Now I can tell you Penske probably was not too thrilled about that one. Nearly comes straight back out into Cosmic Robbie. And I think Cosmic Robbie's gone through on Poms, and I don't think Penske was too thrilled with Poms after that when you saw his reaction going through there. But I think we're going to stick aboard for the rest of this last lap anyway with Penske anyway. Poms tries to fight back here around the outside, not through this part of the corner you can't, but he gets a little bit of contact there, and I'd like to say there was a little bit of payback, but I could be completely and utterly wrong there. But anyway, up the inside he goes here in turn 6. Gets the move done. So back up into P5, now P5 I should say, now that Cosmic Robbie sort of cleared these two. Trying to go side by side nearly through 7. Nearly off the road there, there's Penske, but round now to turn 8. If Palms holds it on the inside there, you can get the position. There's a little bit more contact between these two. Palms nearly does a little bit of a corner cut, you say, but Penske switches back straight away. He might get it done back up here into turn 11, which he, well, for the moment he does, but can't quite do it. He has to do it all over again here. Coming on to the back straight here, try and get a good run here. Pretty much go flat attack from now on down this back straight. Trying to get a bit of more slipstream here off the back of Poms as the engine limiter is ringing on this car. Poms goes defensive and actually gives the spot to Penske. I think he was trying to break early there and see whether Penske probably how deep Penske would go, whether he'd go off the road, but didn't really work out too badly at all. So Penske will take P5 and will slam into the wall as he crosses the line. Lovely way to do so. That was pretty fully hectic, but anyway, this is the replay on board with the spectator footage from Sato. Thank you again, Sato. This was the final lap crash, but yes, see, there is a bit of contact there. Now, I don't know, desync has been a big issue in this game, so I'm not sure whether exactly it was an issue in this incident, but I don't rule it out anyway. But it was Cosmic Robbie getting the couple of spots and Poms letting Penske through. Penske not overly happy with Poms' move there, or pushing him wide anyway, but you don't really see the rest because you've already seen it. But yeah, pretty much on the way home here. Best result we're going to get is P8 anyway, so that's about all we can do here because we're pretty much on our own. So come across the around the final corner, going to slam it into the wall here and finish it off in style. So yeah, pretty terrible race right, left and centre unfortunately, but so you can't be said for Chimchar, who's doing a bit of fun here at the moment down the back straight here. Nothing untoward here. What's going to happen here coming around into the hairpin here? Takes a massive corner cut there and actually he gets disqualified coming around our final corner. So that will not put him last, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, that will put him last, unfortunately. And Sato up a spot anyway. But yeah, there's the podium. And I take back what I said earlier because it was Deal that actually won the race, but actually Fens got the fastest lap of the race. So yeah, great effort from those guys again. That was actually, I believe, Deal's first league race victory. No matter what other league he's competed in, I think this is his first one. So now we've ranked up into level 17 there. So pretty nice job all around, even though I was a fair way off the pace. But yeah, Deal won the race from Fens, and Conrad got onto the podium as well. Cosmic Robbie came back through to get up into P4. Penske in 5th and Poms in 6th. Benny in 7th. Myself in P8, obviously. Well and truly down the field. And Sato DNF'd out of this race, and Chimchar got disqualified from this race. I think there was one or two. Is there another time that Chimchar got disqualified? I can't remember off the top of the head. But anyway, there's the championship standing. So Fens does take back the championship lead over Greek. I can't really see from this graphic how far it is. It's only like a couple of points, 1 or 2 points, maybe even more. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, we're about now into P13. We're still actually... Yeah, we're still P13 in the championship, so nothing much has changed there. But yeah, just hoping for a bit of good fortune, really, for myself anyway. But anyway, if you did enjoy it, what was a weird race anyway, for myself it was pretty boring. But be sure to smash the like button if you did enjoy it. You can leave, obviously, your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more MRL F1 Classics ones on races on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. All my social media links will be down in the description, and I'll probably leave a link to the MRL website as well if you want to come sign up and whatnot for this league, or I think there's a possibility setting up for a Project Cars 2 league from memory. I'm not exactly sure, but you can go check it out for yourselves anyway. But until the next time, which is at Bahrain in the, off the top of my head, I think it's the 1978 Lotus 79 from memory, but I will correct it for the next one if that is the case. But anyway, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.